You'll forgive me, I'm a little late in reviewing this, but I've been trying to get through all 8 episodes of this show and write a review, and time has not been permitting, so I finished it, so I figured I'll just do a video review. We're talking about Ratched, and I have to tell you straight up, going into this, it held no interest for me because I read the book in high school, and I've seen the movie, The One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, many, many times. So I really honestly never thought that there was much more about this character that I needed to know. And quite honestly, I still don't. It's not, I'm not devaluing Ryan Murphy's vision for this, but I will say that I didn't think it was entirely necessary. I thought it was about as necessary as Hollywood. And coming into this, I didn't think there was anything else about the character that I needed to know. In the book and in Milos Forman's film, Mildred Ratched is the symbol of hidebound, hardbound authority, putting their position over the well-being of the people in charge. This could stand for um, physicians, nurses, medical staff, politicians, anybody who's in authority over other people. And that's pretty much where I left it. I didn't think there was a character there that I needed to delve into. And going into this, I don't think Ryan Murphy really made me think much more about the character. And I'm wondering if I might not have been more susceptible to this if it hadn't been about Nurse Ratched, if it had been about just a different character. But anyway, I step into Ryan Murphy's productions lightly because I know what I'm going to get. They're going to be beautifully produced with a lot of pop colors, with a lot of really beautiful set designs, beautiful costumes, but you have to be ready for these bursts of violence, weird plot twists that almost to the brink of just not making sense. I got a lot of that. It's one of the reasons that I dropped out of American Horror Story. I think I dropped out probably about Coven because I just didn't. I was thinking, okay, he's more interested in being grotesque than he is in telling a story. And that's one of the reasons that I didn't like Hollywood very much. I so knowing what I was going to get into, I came into this. I didn't hate it. I didn't go into it hating it. I was hoping it was going to be great, but it's really all over the place. It really is. It's Sarah Paulson is really great. I love this. I love this actress. She's wonderful. She's in most of what Ryan Murphy does. But here again, if she were playing anybody but Nurse Ratched, maybe I could hook onto this. It's trying to show you the early years when she went to this hospital, um, and all of the things that were going on around. And there was a mental patient who has a secret past with her, and this patient is being sort of run through the system and into an execution by this governor played by Vincent D'Onofrio. And there's all of these different subplots. There's a lesbian subplot in which she resists falling in love with this woman played by Cynthia Nixon, and that's actually the more interesting part of it because. But the problem is that while it starts out fine, the thing takes some left turns, and it doesn't really deal with that on its own. It's there, it comes up every once in a while, and then it comes back at the end. It's never really dealt with as a story thread. It's almost like the pages are sometimes are mixed together. So I really I don't want to say I didn't like it, but I don't want to say I liked it either. Ratched is just it's everything you've come to expect from this producer. And but again, I didn't learn anything at all about this character outside of what I already knew. And I never felt like I was watching the character that I read about in the book or saw in the film. And by the end, I felt nothing. It was empty air when I reached the end of it. And what I saw was a good looking production. I had a very difficult time following this show. So I'm not. I want to say it's great looking, but I I guess if you really like Ryan Murphy, fine. But I take Ryan Murphy in small doses. That's just me. I'm Jerry Dean Roberts. Join me over at my website. I'm at armchaircinema.com. I also have a podcast, The Pod Bay Doors, a movie podcast with Doug and Jerry. It's on YouTube. I'll see you some other time.